If you're watching this right now, you're alive. And if you're alive right now, you're gonna die. I don't know when this is gonna happen. And honestly, unless you're planning on taking your own life, you don't know when this is gonna happen either. So, what then? Well, I would suggest that you start making some of your own decisions for yourself. You start living your own life and stop going out abroad looking for someone else to do your thinking for you. Why are you letting other people do your thinking for you? I went and got an appointment at a specialist when I was in my 20s and got diagnosed with Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism. My doctor was all geared up and set to make decisions for me about what I was going to have to live with. He said, let's just kill your thyroid and we'll just give you this pill for the rest of your life because it's easier for us. Easier for us, the medical community. Well, what about me? What's easier for me? What's better for me? What's more convenient for me to live with? Is it what he says because it's easier for them to just do it that way? When you go out here and watch the news to get your information, when you go out here on social media and have strangers tell you what your opinion should be on name an issue, you're outsourcing your thinking to another party. And these people are giving you the information they're giving you and giving you the opinions that they want you to hold for their convenience, not for yours. They don't have to live with the consequences of what's going to happen if you follow their advice. Nothing to do with them. They probably will never meet you. You'll probably never meet them. These are people that are not in your personal circles and don't have to suffer the consequences of what you choose to engage with or not engage with, how you choose to live, etc. A lot of people are suffering and enduring circumstances that they brought upon themselves at someone else's advice. Why are you doing that to yourself? As a personal failure and someone who is not doing great and could be doing much better, I'm here to tell you, it feels pretty good, and I'm not being sarcastic, to suffer from my own doing, suffer from my own decisions. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to waste time pointing the finger, being a victim, blaming others. Like, I know that in the mirror is the guy that's doing all this to me. Do I do it on a daily basis all over again, wake up every day and just screw myself the same every time? No, absolutely not. I learn from my mistakes. I try not to make the same one twice. I try to grow and evolve and be better and be more. And, someday it might amount to something. It hasn't yet. I mean, I guess I could stop trying anytime, but that just doesn't seem to be the viable option right now. So what I would propose to you as someone coming from the background that I just described to you, that's my ethos in this, that you stop going to other people to decide what your lot in life is. You need to decide your own lot in life, because those people selling you this line of shit don't have to be there when it all doesn't work out for you and falls through. I think if you're, in your 20s or 30s by now and you're watching this, you probably already realize that just because you turn 18 doesn't just by default give you some esoteric and eldritch wisdom as to how the world works and what makes sense and what doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Being mature and being an adult and being a man or a woman versus a child is a voluntary effort that you have to continuously cultivate on a daily basis. And any day when you wake up, you can just let it all slide and just be a child and throw a tantrum, even after years of being the most wisest and mature person on earth. You see it all the time in politicians and people in authority positions. So, you're not exempt from your childish, primitive ways just because you've reached some milestone in your life. And then you're going to die. And you get one life and only one. So whatever comes after this, I'm not a theologian. I'm not going to give you no predictions. But I can promise you one thing. It's probably not going to be more of the same. It's not going to be another life. It's not going to be another run through the mill with eating and drinking and sleeping and pooping and having sex. It's not going to be more of this. It's going to be something else completely divorced from this. I believe there is something else, but it's not this. So if I were you, I would get my kicks. don't be a fatty like Tess Holliday. Don't be a drug addict. Don't be a loser. Don't be, a coomer on your couch, playing PlayStation or Xbox and just masturbating every day of the week just because, pleasure is going to be alien to you when you've entered into the next realm of existence. Rather, live a good life. Live a life of meaning. Live a life where you build something greater than just the pursuit of your pleasures in the moment. I drink. I eat junk food. I eat things I shouldn't. I do things I shouldn't sometimes. I'm not much for vice, but I have some pursuit of pleasure of the flesh, as we all do because we're in the flesh. But it is not the pinnacle of my identity, and it's not what I would define as who I am. Okay? What the clothes I'm wearing and the behaviors that I exhibit and the things that I enjoy, the music that I like listening to is not who I am. They are just things that I like to do while I'm here. Who I am is my values, and who you are is the same. They are your values. They are not the things you're wearing. They are not the people you're screwing. They are not the TV shows you watch. So you just need to knock it off and actually create an identity. Because if you're not creating an identity, then you're nobody, you're nothing, and your life does not matter. No life matters until that life has decided to make itself matter. If you're not contributing to the continuation of your species, then you are insignificant and you are basically a genetic aberration and you're just going to get wiped out Darwin style. As you should. Okay? You're not entitled to anything other than what you would have if you were in the woods with nobody nearby. So if you're out there and you have no food and water and you got to make yourself, survive by means of gathering resources and whatnot and not getting injured as best as you can, that's what you're entitled to. All the stuff that you enjoy, the smartphone that I'm recording this on, the car I'm sitting in, the drink that I'm drinking, the food that I'm eating, I'm not entitled to any of it. I have it because I went out and got it. And it could just as easily be that tomorrow when you wake up, the internet's not there and the grocery stores are closed, empty, not being supplied anymore, the power grid might be dead, and you'll just be in a world where what comes for you that day and every day thereafter is a result of what you go out and get. So you need to go out and get. You need to go out and live. You need to go out and enjoy yourself at least every now and then because you should enjoy yourself. But enjoying yourself should be counterbalanced by productivity, should be counterbalanced by a search for meaning, should be counterbalanced by a contribution to the society that enables you to be comfortable. Because right now, you're not stressed out. You just think you are. Look, gas is expensive as hell and real estate is expensive and all these things cost. And I'm not saying there's no stress, but you're not anywhere near stressed out because you're not fighting typhoid and dysentery on the wild frontier, going to sleep tonight under the fear that you're going to wake up to some Indian scalping you, all right? You're not, facing down the possibility of your whole house dying from the Black Death. You're not probably going to be genocided for your religion tomorrow. So you're not stressed out. You're just a sissy. You need to calm down with that. You need to go out and start engaging with reality because reality is going to go away someday in your life. Your heart's going to stop beating. You're going to stop taking breaths. Your brain's going to stop firing off and you're going to die. It could be natural causes. It could be a violent and sudden unexpected end. It could be an accident of some kind. It could be a decline in health. It could be suicide. It could be anything, but it's going to happen. You're going to die. You are going to stop existing. If you're going to exist today, then you should make it count for something. You need to be. Because if you are not busy existing, then other people are just busy using your existence, your flesh, and your think meat to accomplish ends at your expense. Which effectively, for all intents and purposes, makes you a slave, makes you a product, makes you property. Is that all you are? Huh? There's people in the world right now that are going for less than $500 to buy a human being and do what you want with them. You can beat them, you can kill them, you can rape them, you can put them to work for the rest of their natural lives, you can mutilate them. They have no agency. And that's you in a nutshell. Right up until and only during the time that you take ownership of your existence and go do something with yourself. Take it from a failure. I'm not failing half as hard as you if you're not doing some of your own failing.